Good evening, everyone. So I hope they can post the picture that I've given them a while ago. Anyway, all right, that's it. That used to be my life 3 years ago. That's it, party. Yes, that's right. That's how I looked 3 years ago. I was 85 kilos, not because of, constant eating or whatever, but because of the unhealthy lifestyle that I was living. I have low self-worth, I have low self-esteem, and I literally love the motto, work hard, party harder. So I literally took it. So yeah, that was my life 3 years ago. So how did I get to that point, to this point tonight? Well, I've been praying as to what to share to everybody, and so I asked God for guidance, and I can't remember actually what I'm supposed to say, but it's because of my childhood and how I grew up and the painful experiences I had to go through growing up. Now see, I grew up at a very young age. I was the eldest of 2 siblings. But my parents separated when I was still 7 years old. As the eldest, a lot was expected of me, especially on my mother's side, because my dad's side, my relatives on my dad's side, doesn't really recognize my existence at all. So I was pretty much pushed away my entire life. And then, but just to share a bit, it's not all pain during childhood, okay? There was this part where I felt so much love by this person. There was this moment that this person that I grew up with always taught me to pray to God, who always reminds me about God, that it's okay, that whatever problems I have to face, that I had to face, that it's gonna be all right. And I remember those loving brown eyes staring into mine for the very last time, and all I see was still love. That even if for the last time, he still said through his eyes that he loves me, that he's never gonna leave me, that it's okay. And that was 11 years ago, and that's the very last time I saw those loving brown eyes of my grandfather. And I was hurt, and I was in pain. And because this person died, this very important person in my life died, I started craving for attention, for love, in such a way that I lost myself. I started bagging awards, I started getting good with school, athletics, every single thing. I have a lot of friends, but I still felt empty. And as obedient as I am, I agreed to my family that I'll do whatever they want to do, because I thought that if I'll do what they want to do for my life, that I'll receive the love that I wanted, that they'll eventually approve of me, especially my dad's side. So I became a registered nurse by profession. I even went abroad, and I came back here because of some reason. And then suddenly I woke up and told myself, hey Elsie, this is not the life you wanted. This is not the life I wanted. And I started doing what I love. I started to follow my dreams. But you know what? Every time I go home after work, every time I see my family, instead of support, what I receive are looks of frustration, looks of disappointment, because I'm not doing what they wanted me to be. And never once did they ask me who I want to be. And as a result, it wounded me so much that it didn't just open the scars and the pain that I buried long time ago. I was sinking so low that I had to turn into that life. The party, the alcohol, and everything. The breaking point was I was betrayed by one of the people I trusted the most, my used to be best friend. So you see, everybody, betrayal after betrayal after betrayal, from your family to your friends. I felt so much alone, so I became an alcoholic to somehow numb the pain inside. I can't stand a day without drinking 3 years ago. And so, you know what, after that, I wanted to run. I was shouting for help. I was like, I need help. I wanted to run to the people I love. I wanted to run to the people I cared for. But I can't. Because the very people I love and the very people I cared for were the very people who broke my heart. And so it came to the point that I started physically hurting myself. I became a slasher. I got a key, rub the rough edges of it on my skin until the first layer is removed, and then I pour alcohol on it. You know why? Because the emotional pain was so much and unbearable that the physical pain was my ticket to feel alive. And then suddenly I felt that this is not the world I'll belong to anymore, that I'll never gonna be good enough, that I'll never belong to someone or anyone, that I'll never be accepted. And the funny part is, I started praying. But my prayer was, Lord, if you're real, if you're this mighty like they said, if you love me like what my grandfather said, you will take me right now. I'm ready. Please take me. But I don't know what happened. I woke up one day still intoxicated with alcohol. And I found myself walking through the footsteps of the Pink Sisters Monastery in Cebu. And Sister Enka received me with so much love and listened to me and helped me. And she told me, pack up your bags, leave Cebu and go to Manila, and I did. 1 year after, I found out about the feast. I guess you're familiar with the feast. And I was never the same again. The healing process started, and it was just amazing how God works. And you know what? God answered that prayer I prayed that night that I wanted to die. He gave me my death, the death to my old self. He took me to his loving arms, away from that dangerous place I almost call my home. And right now I am blessed. Now, I don't know what you guys are experiencing right now or what situation you are in right now. I don't know. I sometimes have problems. I have problems right now, to be honest. But you know what I've learned through those experiences? That God will do something to make those into your advantage according to his divine purpose for you. And from that life, I would like to show you a picture of who I am right now. I'm singing for our Lord as a part of the music ministry. I give talks from time to time. And I volunteer to Street Children and He Cares Foundation. Now maybe you're wondering, when will it end? But I'd like to let you guys know that eventually your mess will become your message. And the test that you had to go through will become your testimony. And I really don't know why bad things happen to good people, but there's one thing I know. That people will always make a mess of you, or things will happen out of our control, but God will be there to always make us whole. I am still a change in the making. I still wake up some mornings with a heart that needs healing and some questions unanswered. But I'm not perfect. But I woke up. I am here right now, standing in front of you, alive. If not because of God who saved me, I wouldn't have been one of those people 6 feet under. So I'm here proudly saying I am saved by our God who loves us the most. And before I end this sharing, I'd like to impart this message to all of you. This is from one of my close friends. And I always go back to this message every time I feel lost. And I'd like to let you guys know, I would like to tell this message to you as well. Just remember my words before you sleep. After all you've been through, you deserve to gift yourself with a life you love, okay? Nothing less than that. And the night may be long, but the sun will eventually rise again. And I'm so thankful and grateful for God for blessing me with genuine people right now. I had to go through the painful process. We sometimes need to go through the painful process to become the people we are meant to be. And that person I was talking about who gave me that message is one of the blessings God has given me. That those people who betrayed me had to go because God has someone better for me. So I'd like you all to welcome my close friend, my sister in Christ, Miss Charms Despina.